This is Black Scott.
This is Love Jade.
And we are He Said, She Said, a podcast where we unpack current and controversial topics concerning
men, women, and the roller coaster that is our relationships with one another.
Look out for new episodes dropping every Sunday at 12 p.m. Pacific.
Tune in wherever you listen to podcasts.
All right, today, it's me, Black Scott, as usual. But today we got a special guest, model, actress, brand ambassador.
Oh my.
What else? Singer, vocalist.
Why? I'm just a regular.
That's what they all say. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
Student.
Oh man, education.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, hello you guys. It's Delani Unique here as a guest on He Said, She Said. I'm excited for whatever we'll talk about today.
And today we're going to be talking about her personal life. So go ahead and stay tuned for that and get some popcorn, pour some tea out. We're exposing over here. No, but really, we just go ahead and talk about basically the dynamics between men and women.
Mm-hmm.
And just riff off of that. You guys already kind of know, if you guys have been listening, you guys kind of know where I'm going to come from. But now you can go ahead and see kind of just what another person thinks.
Yes. A fellow toxic person. No.
Fellow toxic.
I'm just kidding.
She wasn't talking about me. She's talking about her, my sister.
No, I was talking about you.
The fellow toxic,
Just throwing us under the bus. Yeah. Okay.
You know what? I'll tell you what. I feel like at the end of the day, a lot of stuff that men do, women do also.
Yeah.
And vice versa. You would think that we complain about the same things. You would think that we would understand each other more.
Right. I definitely agree. I think, like I was saying earlier, I think it definitely comes down to I'm human and you're human. So we're going to have a lot of the same tendencies.
Right.
And I think when you start to make it about the fact that you're a man or the fact that you're a woman, it can be, I don't think that it's necessarily problematic because I understand because for example, the other day I was saying, I feel like men are just very hypocritical, blah, 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 blah. And women are too, but I don't date women. I date men.
That's what I was going to say. So you talk about a lot of these, YouTube channels or Instagram pages or social medias where it's men speaking about women or women speak about men.
Right.
We're all saying the same stuff.
Right. A lot of the times we are. Or I feel like what happens, this is something that I do feel a way about is when there's a page, right, or there's an account that's geared towards so say it's a woman, right, and she has a channel or a YouTube page for women, but all that she does is talk about men the whole time, and I'm just how does this I don't want to use him as an example, but a Kevin Samuels or
the Derek Jackson.
Yes, and I just feel but I know that Kevin Samuels makes videos for men, but I feel a lot of the times, I know because what I've been hearing from a lot of guys is he pretty much says things that a lot of men think but may be afraid to say,
right?
Which is fine, I understand the sentiment.
So you're saying, but when you see his content, it's always him talking or having calls with women.
Right. And I know they call him for advice. I don't know. He's just a bad example, though. That's why I don't want to use
That's
him.
What I'm saying, because he's just riding a wave that, hey, women call, so we're going to
Right.
I feel you. But I do feel you when you say this is a page for
women,
but it's a pick-me thing.
It kind of.
Or a white knight thing for the fellas.
And why are we, or it's a page for women, but they're bashing men the whole time. And it's how is this making you be better as a woman?
And I feel you because on the male side, we have a lot of, like you said, pages, a lot of channels that have content that bashes women.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to make you get better with women or make you understand them or if both, men and women pages and channels are doing this, that's not going to make us come together more.
Exactly.
It's going to drive us far apart. And people wonder why we don't work out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's my thing is we get too caught up on oh, this is a woman thing or, oh, this is a man. Because the truth is, if there is a man thing, right? If men have the tendency to do this, I feel with the same ease that we call it out for what it is, it's easy on the other end to call out whatever it is that women have the tendency to do in response to whatever that man thing is. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
It's,
like,
it's like, oh, men are musty. Women are musty too. Let's focus on hygiene here.
right. Or even if we take it a step further, like if we say men are, if we say men are hypocritical, for example, like I'll go back to that example. What are we doing that maybe, like maybe as women, we should call them out more. Maybe we should take them, at their word more, or whatever the case may be, or hold them to their word.
I feel like too when you say men are hypocritical, oh, you're dealing with hypocritical men. It's just like how people say the women are trash.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, the women you've been dealing with are trash.
Exactly.
Shows a lot about you.
Exactly. It says a lot about you. And I always say like as a woman or as a man, like your self-esteem or like your status is not measured by how the opposite sex treats you. It's based off of how you treat them. Like if a man treats me a certain way, well, one, I feel like he should know from the beginning to come correct because of how I conduct myself as a woman. But also, if he's not coming correct or if he's coming at me a certain way, that's my responsibility to respond as a woman, as whatever being a woman means for me.
Yeah, and it's like people say you allow people to do certain things. So if you allow a woman to juice you, she's going to do so. It's not a 1 + 1 = 2. It's not that hard.
Right.
But at the end of the day, like you said, you're allowing that. That's something you got to correct about your character.
Exactly, because it doesn't. Yes, it may involve the other person and like their flaws, but it also has a lot to do with like you and like you said, who you are as a person, what you are comfortable with allowing, how you're comfortable with allowing people to treat you, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like who comes after free food? Broke people. 9 times out of 10.
Right.
If I'm being honest.
Right.
So I mean, you attract whatever you are.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh yeah, if you are this, if you attract dudes who lie, all this, well, what does that say about you?
Mm-hmm.
Or you attract dudes who are just not doing right,
Mm-hmm.
or women who are in the same way. You attract gold diggers. That's probably because you're flashing your money out there.
Right.
You're leading with your pocket first.
Right. So. Exactly. So yeah, I definitely feel like oftentimes you attract what you're giving off. But back to the pages, I think like, okay, for example, there's the
you follow all the toxic pages.
No, I don't follow them. I just see them.
2 minutes.
I just
tell them how toxic you are.
Oh my gosh. I don't follow anyone. I just see them on the explore page and I like things occasionally because they're funny to me. But I think
women are contradictory.
Whatever. I think that okay, so I'll give 2 examples. There's the Justin LA Boy and then there's the Niggas Be Broke, okay, that famous page, right? And the similarities that I see though on a lot of the pages is when Justin LA Boy will make a post about women. That may be calling out something that women do, the women will be under the post like, yeah, we do this. And like I don't feel like they, like for me, I'll see that, I'll be like, yeah, I do this, but like that's a problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna do better.
Exactly.
This year.
I'm gonna do
next
better.
year at least.
No, I'm gonna do better right now. I'm gonna figure out whatever. So I don't know. I feel like there's very much this culture of like calling out women for what they do, but not like holding them accountable for it. Kind of like making a joke about it. Like, yeah, women do this and letting them stay in their whatever it is, stay in this toxic behavior, whatever. But I feel like with men, we say like, oh yes, men do this and we want you guys to change. We're like, yeah, you do this and you need to get it together. But I feel like for women, it's not very much the same. Even in relationships, like I feel like it's a culture for women to call men out on what they do, but when a man calls a woman out on something, is how dare you?
I don't know what the psychology or the theory behind it is, but I feel like it is that you oftentimes see women more eager or more ready to change a dude. Most guys don't try to change the women they're with. Right. How about you just pick the right one? I don't know what the mindset is with that, but I do feel it. It's like, I mean, listen, if the girl's attractive and we get along and all that, I mean,
right.
If she's a lawyer or work at McDonald's, that'll make her any more or less attractive to me. And I kind of don't care. She supported herself. We cool. It's cool. But with women, it's like, all right, well, let me see. I could change this man. He does this and that. He smokes and drinks.
That's
he beats
so
me.
Problematic.
Like, why don't you just leave?
Exactly.
And then get something different.
Because I feel like it's just so problematic. I feel like it's definitely.
Can you explain
important.
that from a woman's mindset?
Yes.
I'm not putting you in a box right now.
No, I will. I feel like I don't do that anymore. 'Cause I'm grown.
As of
Okay,
last
I'm
month,
not gonna shut.
as of 2021, we already moved.
I'm not gonna, because I feel like that's very unfair to you, and I feel like it's very unfair to
Right.
the other person. In the dating process, or in the process of you getting to know this person, you see the things that they do, and you
Right.
decide then whether you're okay with it or not. And I feel like you're setting yourself up for failure if you see these things, right, and you have an issue with them, but you get in the relationship anyway with the hopes that like they'll change. Because I feel like you're not dating them for them. You're dating them for what they could be or for what you want them to be. That's literally setting yourself up for failure, because what if they never change?
Right. I feel like a lot of that does come from, it was this concept that I've heard around where it's like women watching these rom-coms and chick flicks and movies
Oh
of
my
that nature
gosh.
is just as
That's so
damaging
cringe.
to women as when
Right.
guys watch porn and just have these
Yes.
unrealistic expectations of women.
Yes, absolutely.
Women also get these unrealistic
Rom-coms are like
expectations
porn
for men.
women, honestly.
They love it and watch it. They learn nothing and go nowhere.
It's bad. It's so
Right.
bad. Like, for me, for example, I have a fear of being cheated on. Like, one, I have
That's
this,
kind of reasonable.
but I know, because the thing is, I don't think I've ever actually been cheated on, and I've
Yeah, I feel you on that. I will never know. But
I will
don't
never
think
know,
I,
but
yeah,
I don't think I have.
don't think so.
I can pretty confidently say I don't think I ever have.
That's because
but-
honestly, I'll tell you guys something that you guys may not know, but she kills people.
No, I don't. Marlon, you're incriminating. See,
I didn't incriminate.
I don't kill
This podcast is
people.
for entertainment purposes only.
I don't kill people. I am innocent. I'm a sweet
She hasn't
young
killed
lady.
anyone yet, but
No, I will
she
never
said-
have to,
she
because
said
nobody will
she-
ever cheat on me. It's like a cause and effect type of thing.
if a guy that she was spotted with on Friday goes missing on Saturday, listen, you put one together, you get two.
Okay. Anyway,
So that's why she hasn't been cheated on, because people know.
whatever that means.
We say, I don't carry myself like that as a woman.
Oh my
I get it.
goodness. Anyway, like I was saying, I don't think I've ever been
What kind of
cheated
ammo
on.
did you use?
I don't think I've ever been cheated. But there definitely have been times where like I'm in a relationship with like a very trusting individual, or like a trustworthy individual.
Mhm.
And he hasn't given me a reason to not trust him. But because I've seen these movies and I've seen how men usually cheat in the movies and what the signs usually are, I'm like, oh, he's doing this, so this might mean that, it's problematic. It's very, very problematic. It definitely builds like this mindset of like, just, it's not necessarily toxicity, but it's problematic. Like, you may be with or like men, for example, like to give the parallel, like he may be in a relationship with a great woman. They may have great sex, but because she's not doing what he sees in porn, it's a problem, because it changes your psyche. Like, so yes, rom-coms are bad news. Absolutely. I don't watch them anymore because they're just,
I feel like you can, but you got to take it with a grain of salt. Just like I said, porn is not reality.
exactly.
Neither are these movies. So you can watch it for entertainment and just to
Right.
get a laugh or whatever. But you
Right.
can't take that idea of what you saw in this entertainment,
Right.
movie or whatever it is,
Mhm.
and take it to real life.
Exactly. I think, like, if I do watch something now, even a show,
Mhm.
where there's like a lot of romance, I think it's a lot easier for me to watch because I already know what I want, So I'm not going to watch the show and be like, oh, things should be this way, whatever. Because I'm mature enough at this point to say, okay, it's just a show.
Right.
And I already know what I want.
Yeah. I think the problem too is getting to younger people quicker.
Yeah.
So like you said, we're adults. We already know
Mhm.
this is entertainment. This is not reality. So we're not going to go into our lives
Right.
trying to make relationships into these things we see.
Mm-hmm.
But you got younger people growing up doing that.
Right.
And they're out here just getting their heart broken or breaking
Mhm.
hearts or just going about relationships the wrong way.
Right.
Because of what they've seen on TV or the
Right.
internet or
Right.
just in LA.
Mm.
Or all the pages Nautica follows is just.
I do not follow these pages. Anyway. But yes, I agree. And I think too, like, no matter how old you are going to internalize some part of it, like even now, like when I'm watching a show,
Mhm.
if I'm watching Insecure, if I'm watching Grey's Anatomy, whatever, there is still a part of that I do internalize. And you can't really control that. The same way, like if you're hanging out with friends, you can't really control how they influence you, but they're going to influence you in some way. Like you literally just can't choose those things. So I think it's just a matter now.
You mean you can't choose what influences you?
You can choose what influences you have, but you can't choose how they influence you. For example, if I'm hanging out with I don't know, with a bunch of like skaters, right? I'm not a skater, but if I'm hanging out with a bunch of skaters, um I could be influenced by their skating and I could start skating, with them, or it could just be personality traits that they have that I adopt.
So like for example, if you go to a strip club, what you're saying you're gonna pick up kind of the etiquettes that go on there and things like that, or the mannerisms or the mindset.
You very much can.
Or you're saying you don't know what sticks. So
you don't know what sticks.
You
can't choose what sticks.
But you don't know what aspect of what it is that they do or how they are, how that's going to stick.
Right, exactly. I mean, you definitely can choose to a degree, but I think there's still, like I said, things that are going to influence you that you may not, because you can't be that alert or aware all the time.
I think that's where this, like you said, these pages and all this are coming from. Is like, okay, people been hurt in the past. And they're not trying to be this way,
right?
But something about these pages
is feeding them,
speaks to them.
Right?
It's like, yeah, exactly.
That's
what I want to say to him. Right. That's what I say to her.
Right.
But I can't, or I won't.
Which is why I don't follow these pages, because I know if I see it all the time, I'm not gonna say I'll become it, but like, I already think the stuff is funny. I already think some of the toxic stuff is funny. Right. Exactly. So I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it where it's at. I feel like me following it would then be me choosing.
I'll tell you firsthand. I used to follow those. I used to be toxic. I used to be you. I used to be you.
Why do you keep?
But listen. I stopped unfollowing, or I unfollowed the pages and even blocked them. So when other people post them, I won't see it. Honestly, my mindset going forward has been so much more peaceful, like mentally for myself. Because like you said, you got. When you look at these things, you know what affects you, right? Exactly. So subconsciously, you take in some of these messages or some of these ideas about women. Well, for me, women, but men and women. And you'll be out here thinking stuff for no reason. Out here can't sleep at night for no reason.
Or you think it's for no reason.
Yeah, you think it's for no reason. So it's like, I kind of decided to just kind of scrap all that. My mind is clear.
Yeah.
So whatever I think about, let's say the person I'm going to wear, is just coming from the interactions we have.
Exactly.
And my own mindset, not something that happened to this person a long time ago, or this extreme case of cheating that, none of that type of stuff.
Right. Exactly.
So I do have a lot of mental peace, clarity.
Right.
So exactly. Maybe you should join me, come to the light side.
No, I deleted the Instagram app off my phone the other day. So, and it was for a reason. I felt but I'll do yesterday? That. No, on Friday, I think.
Can tell you're glowing today.
Oh,
there's
my
a purity.
goodness.
There's a purity here.
You're so dramatic. No, because it affects you. Like, just like you were speaking about those specific pages, but even Instagram as a whole, like.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'll be, because I can't. The thing is, since I've had an Instagram account since like 9th grade, so I'm pretty aware now. I'm pretty seasoned and I'm pretty aware of like what it does. But no matter what, like it never fails, whether I'm on Instagram today or whether I'm on Instagram 5 months from now. There's still like a degree of like comparison that I think is very much involved, and like just.
What do you mean between like comparing
myself to people, or seeing like the culture of Instagram and kind of like using that as like my marker
of your lifestyle,
of my lifestyle,
how you should dress, how you should think, who you should date, I feel
because it's trends. They're all trends at the end of the day.
And it is people your age, You follow people your age, and we all follow the same stuff, and so it kind of is a big ass general summary of how people think, how they act, how they dress.
Exactly. Because I can purposely choose to not, like, there are things that I won't post on Instagram because I'm like, people don't need to know. However, just because I'm choosing not to post whatever doesn't mean that I'll be affected by someone else choosing to post the same thing. Right. Even if I've already decided, or if I'm already thinking I'm secure in whatever area it is, it still can affect me later on. And so, like, even me being aware of that, it still affects me at times. Because like I said, you can only be so aware at times. You can only be so alert. And sometimes I may just be having a bad day. You know, it may just be a day where like my self-esteem or whatever is
Instead
not.
of going to alcohol, you just go on the Justin LA page, or instead of going to drugs,
Oh,
we go on this
right.
page.
Or I'm just on Instagram in general.
Fix.
Exactly. Because I think the part of the reason I deleted it too was because there will be moments where I need to just sit and like think to myself,
Yeah,
be
I
by
feel that,
myself,
not just
but
be
I'm
stimulated all the time.
yes, and that is not good. Like it's not good. So instead of me, because I have a time limit on Instagram, I have a 3 hour limit, which is a lot of time. But I have a 3 hour limit on there, and it's so easy to just press 15 more minutes.
Oh yeah,
like,
15 more second.
Right.
Fuck it, I'm just gonna go do the whole day.
Exactly. So I'm like,
It's
clearly this
popping
is
right
not
now.
enough for you right now. Like I said, at some moments, I can be a lot more like, I can regulate a lot more. But recently I've just been like ignoring the limits, whatever. So I'm like, let me just delete it.
You think it's
altogether.
affected our relation? Like, you think that social media in general has affected our relationships in a positive way
Mhm.
and a negative way, or just kind of one or the other?
Um,
Because a lot of people say, oh, it's positive. Some people say, oh, it's negative as hell.
I think there are elements of both. I think, you mean like our in-person relationships or just
Like
relationships
relation
across the
between,
board?
like romantic relationships between men and women.
I can do without it, honestly. Like I prefer, because I've been in relationships with guys who had Instagram accounts and like we interacted on there,
Mhm.
and I've also been in a relationship where he didn't have an Instagram account like when we got together. So like Joshua, for example, didn't have an Instagram account when we first got together. So that's like a whole other aspect that you don't really have to, like, because there have been times where like I'll start talking to a guy and I see his Instagram, so I'm gonna go lurk. Like I'm gonna go see.
Be honest, do all girls do that? Because some girls say they don't. I'm not saying all, not all, but like, is it a general thing that women can do?
It depends on the situation. So if you're talking to a guy and you're trying to be like the only girl he's talking to, whatever, then you're gonna lurk because you need to see like, are there girls commenting under his pictures? But I think too.
So you don't look at his page initially just to see about him.
Sometimes I will.
So what would you do first? You like, okay, like you got the Instagram. Do you look at his page just get a general feel for who he is, or at least what he is online, and then after you get more serious, you try to see what women he follows or likes or who's in the comments?
It depends.
Like, what's the stalking process?
See, now I'm exposing myself. No, I'm not ashamed of it.
You didn't have to say this was your method.
This is true, but I am pretty good at lurking.
Better than the FBI.
One of my friends, I'm pretty good. Honestly, one of my friends the other day was trying to find somebody's Instagram, and I found it. But no, I think so usually what happens, or like what I've done, I'll speak for myself because I don't know like what other girls do, but I'll find the page, right? I'll see first like his pictures, whatever, see what type of, because like the type of pictures that the guy posts to is definitely oftentimes like reflective of like who, not necessarily who he is, but who he wants to portray himself
who's the online presence.
Exactly. So if he takes a lot of like selfies, then I'm thinking he wants to be seen, like he wants people to see him. But if he doesn't post much at all, then maybe he's a guy who normally stays ducked off. But then like,
is it also what kind of pictures?
Yes.
Like, oh, me in front of my new Lamborghini, or
oh, absolutely,
I just got a new car, just something like that.
Absolutely, all of that matters.
So what is the ideal profile for you when you're looking, like, what's the follower count ratio? What's the pictures looking like?
I don't know. I don't really care at this point in my life. I don't really care, but
so if that's not it, what isn't it? Like, what's a profile you look at? Like, yeah, this profile or his online presence here, that ain't it. What does that look like?
If he's, like you said, posting pictures in front of his car all the time, flashing money. If I see that he wears a lot of designer and particularly chooses to post pictures when he's wearing designer, I'm probably going to say no. Because I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. Like, if that's you and if that's what you enjoy as a person, then fine. But I also know that it's strategic a lot of the time, to be like, this is what I have on. telling one of his friends like, "Oh, flick me up. I'm gonna post this on Instagram." You know, like it's intentional.
What about the follower count? I seen a couple girls mention that, like the follower count, the ratio. Like you can't have 2K,
Right.
but if he has like 400, that's beautiful.
Perfect. That's
like friends and family.
That is perfect. If he has 400, that is perfect. So he's a keeper.
Give me like the low, the middle, and the high.
So what are these? Low, middle, high? What?
Or like great, okay, terrible.
Okay. So great is 500 or under. If he has 500 or under,
that's like good credit.
That's
800.
Perfect. But if so, we'll say that 500 and under is great.
That's great.
500 to 1,000 is okay.
It's okay.
And then 1,000 up. I'm not saying that it's bad, but you do have to start to kind of like ask questions and just wonder.
No, we're just speaking on indicators here. We're not saying, we're not making the judge of it. But.
Right. So yeah, 1,000 and up it's not terrible, but for this scale, for the purpose of this question, terrible, also terrible.
So now, since we're also talking about women and men,
right?
What, I guess I can answer, but let me ask you first. For women now, what is the, great, okay, and terrible?
I don't know, because I don't look at this. I don't look at. I have over 1,000 followers, but I know
we know.
Anyway,
she's popular.
I'm not. Anyway.
You go. Why don't you just go ahead and plug yourself real quick?
No.
Instagram.
Okay,
plug
fine.
Your link.
I'll plug my Instagram. My Instagram is Delani _unique. Delani spelled DELANI, and then unique spelled just like the word unique. But no, I've also had an Instagram account since 9th grade. So over time, but that doesn't really say much about who I am. Like I may have that many followers, but like I'm not interacting with people that I don't know very often on Instagram. If I'm interacting with people, if I'm DMing people, whatever, it's because they're my friends.
1,000?
Yeah, not 1,000 people, but I also have followers from a long time ago.
If you look through too, there are a lot of like dead followers.
Yeah.
I call them like you had a friend who just remade the Instagram, but never thought like let me go back to whatever the hell the IG is.
Right, exactly.
But I guess going back to the real question here, if I'm coming from a guy's perspective, I'll probably say about the same, like 500, maybe 700, because women get more likes, more followers in general. But yeah, 5 to 7. I'm gonna say 600. I'm going in the middle. 600 to 0. Like 600 to no Instagram. Beautiful.
No Instagram.
I believe I could put the ring on it right then and there.
Yeah, no Instagram is perfect. No Instagram, perfect.
And then from 6 to 1.5, 1,500. That's the okay thing. Yeah, 1.5 and up, you get that 2-3K. Nah, she's just an attention demon.
Yeah, no that's just bliss right there. No Instagram.
Would you rather have someone have an Instagram or Snapchat? Because honestly,
I'd rather have someone have
Snapchat is kind of where the demons are. If I'm being honest.
That's true. I think I'd rather them have an Instagram actually.
Yeah, because if that was Snapchat, you don't know who.
You don't know.
What.
Yeah, you don't know what's
going
on. That's very true. And
like since we're talking about it, I've heard and seen a lot of stories of people cheating on Snapchat just because
it's easy.
You're not gonna see no picture of nobody. No. There's no one to
There's no
follow.
comments.
Message don't save.
Right. That's
you know what I mean.
True.
Where you guys all the ammo be paranoid.
Right.
This is entertainment, so take it with a grain of salt. Yeah, Snapchat is
take everything with a grain of salt. Yeah, that's
Snapchat.
very
personal
very
as
true.
well.
Very true. And then on Snapchat, you don't have to save messages either.
Exactly. So
if that's so. I never thought about it. Shows how much of a cheater I'm not. Shows how toxic I'm not. Because I didn't even think about this. I do have a Snapchat though, but I don't use it very much. But Snapchat for me is like a close friends on Instagram.
Right. Yeah.
I post myself looking crazy on Snapchat because it's all people that
you want on there.
Exactly.
My Snapchat's dead. I just started using it recently, but I saw I had people from high school, 10th grade, because that's where it literally stops. So I'm I don't really have nobody I know now.
Right. I don't add people on Snapchat anymore. I don't normally follow people on Instagram either, unless they ask. But I'm way more of like an in-person.
Yeah, I feel you. I'll get people's Instagram if I like we're talking and I know them. And, okay, but I won't just
to stay connected.
Unless she's that bad, try to shoot. I'll shoot the half court. You know what I mean? But I feel that.
Right. I would much rather though, like if I'm talking to a guy and he's interested or whatever, I would much rather him just plan to hang out with me. Don't ask me for my Instagram. Like, get to know me in real life, because Instagram is just Instagram.
That's if he's attractive to you,
What do you mean? Are you judging me?
I'm not judging you. That's just how it is.
What do you mean if he's attractive to me? Well,
if the girl's attracted to the guy, then all this is open.
Of course.
Because some kind of guy go, "Oh, I did it and it didn't work." She's attracted to you, but don't take it personally. Just
don't take it personally. Exactly. It doesn't.
A lot of guys can take a rejection personally.
No, it doesn't mean you're unattractive across the board. It just means you're not for me. I would never call a guy ugly. I would never. I don't think anybody is ugly. First of all.
Right. I feel like at the end of the day, too, the thing about it is that ugly is less about looks and then more about how you carry yourself. Like,
absolutely.
I feel it's not that people look ugly like physically, but like, okay, they don't take care of themselves, their hair's messed up,
right?
Teeth are yellow, messed up, the way they dress, the way they act, I think that's what makes you ugly,
right? Absolutely.
So it's not really that. So you want to talk to him a little bit about your visit to the strip club? It seems like since I met you, that's something you frequent.
Oh my goodness. So I just want to tell y'all that he's lying. I have only been to the strip club one time in my life, and it was like 2 days ago for your birthday.
For my birthday. I appreciate you for coming out.
It wasn't just because, if it was just because I said let's go, then that would have been fine too. But I went because it was your birthday, and I was here for the festivities.
So did you enjoy it because it was my birthday, or did you enjoy it because you enjoyed it? What's the review?
You're just trying to make me look like a scumbag, aren't you?
It
was for both reasons. The reason I went was because it was your birthday. But once I arrived, it was fun because it was fun. Like, it was
a personal play-by-play, just as a new strip club attendee.
So we get there, right? We're lined up. I've also never been to a club before, like a regular club. But it had very much club vibes. So we get there, whatever, we're lined up outside, we're getting in. I thought it was free admission because you told us it was free admission, but we had to pay. It's fine. Well, you got in for free though, right?
No, I got in for discount for the birthday. But I feel like it was a certain time that we missed, to be honest. When I looked at it, I looked at it yesterday. I'm like, we missed the whatever cutoff was.
Okay. So we get there, we pay, whatever, we go inside. We first walk in, and the first thing I notice is like, I feel like I'm writing a book right now. You know how like authors will be like, I walk in the room.
You're gonna detail the play-by-play.
Right. So yes, I walk in though, and I smell it first, and I'm like,
you do?
Yeah, I could smell. It had a smell. It didn't smell bad.
What does it smell like? It smells like lust.
Yes. No, it's I don't know. It had a smell though, but it wasn't like a bad smell. It was a club.
Like a lusty desperation type of.
Maybe a little bit. Like women's perfume. Yeah. Women's perfume mixed with like a little bit of scumbag,
Chanel
a little bit of lust. Yeah.
Chanel and Old Spice.
Yes. And a little bit of must. Maybe a little bit of must.
It's from the women.
Yeah, but no, we walk in, and so I'm kind of just looking around to see like so I see the women, but like I'm not really there for the women because what am I gonna do with y'all? I don't like girls. But I'm kind of just like looking around at like the men, like the type of men that are there. And I feel like
did you see anything that surprised you? Like, oh shit.
No, nothing at all surprised me. Like, there were definitely different types of men there, but none of it was surprising. Like, I saw a guy who was just sitting down, like with a stripper or whatever, watching the stage. I did see a couple of guys. Like, I saw this one guy who looked like he was kind of insecure. I don't know if that was his first time in a strip club, but he looked like, he may have been the type of guy insecure. Maybe he didn't get a lot of girls in high school. Yeah. But that wasn't like surprising. I saw like a couple of old white dudes. That's not surprising. It was I think everything that happened was everything that I expected to happen.
No big time surprises.
Right. Nothing crazy. Even like around the time that we left, like there was no part where the club got like super, super crowded. Which I was happy about too, because at this point it's like, let's leave, like,
Did
but
you have like so when we came in, all the fellas knew what the game plan was. How did you, like, where were you at as far as, like, I'm here, now what? What did you kind of end up going forward with after that?
I kind of, like I said, I was pretty ducked off most of the time, like with my friends. So we're just chilling. Like we're chilling, we're watching. We're trying hard not to look like we're judging the girls. Because I wasn't.
Like,
I don't know. Like I don't want to like have a stank look on my face, or I don't want to like look around too much at any specific girl, because I don't want her to think I was like judging her and criticizing what she was doing. Because I have money in my purse. I'm like, if like,
with the ducats.
I have money in my purse. I was prepared to spend money.
Let it fly.
So, yes, for the most part, I was chilling. But I was like, after we were there for a while, maybe for like an hour, I was like, well, let me make use of my time. Like, let me go engage.
Right,
like,
yeah, when in Rome, you feel me?
Right, exactly. Yeah. So we went to the stage, and like, it was, I'm pretty sure if anybody was paying attention, they were looking like, yeah, these girls have probably never been here before. Because I like awkwardly pulled the chair back and like sat down. I'm like, hey, yeah, so we're doing this.
For sure. Yeah, because going there are a lot of women who go there, like, friend, like, go with friends. Or, like I was talking to a chick, she was there with her mom and stepdad, I think.
Oh, that's
or
interesting.
Dad and stepmom, something like that.
That's interesting.
So let's go ahead and go. I'm like, damn,
wow.
So,
That's so interesting. I would never go to this.
That's what I'm with my parents pretty much.
I was high-key worried the whole time. I was like, what if like a family member or somebody comes in here, like just to be at the club too, when they see me, like.
We'll never talk about it.
This is true.
So I'm like, that means we got dirt on. Hey, I seen you.
This is very true. This is very true. This is very true. And the thing is too, I wasn't ashamed to be there. Like,
we grown. Come on now.
And I knew, like, I'm not here to see anyone. I'm not, I'm here to have a good time. It's Marlon's birthday. It's whatever. I chose willingly to come here. When you brought it up to me, I'm like, yeah, why not? Like, let's go. Why not?
So you were throwing the money. Did you ever, after the awkwardness of like, first time?
Mm-hmm. Well, she
it looked like you got used to it pretty quick.
Yeah, she gave me a lap dance.
Yeah.
Which was just
boss in the street in the club.
Right. That's how I felt. I felt like, okay, like I'm doing this. But no, it was fine. It wasn't like, it was fun because it, like, I've been at parties before with my friends where they'll twerk on me or I'll twerk on them. So it wasn't very much different from that.
Yeah, and then if she's doing that to you, she's not doing it for the same reason she would be doing it to a guy. And
I don't look like I'm gay. Like, I don't dress like a dyke or anything. Right. So like, she knew. Exactly. I think
the same thing as a party vibe.
Right. I think she had even said, like, before she gave me the lap dance, I think she had told me that she was going to. So, she was polite about it. Like, she knew I was there to have fun. And she was considerate of that. So, yeah, I had a good time. I don't know if I would go again because I don't know. I kind of feel like it's kind of like, for me, a one-time thing. I went, I saw how it was. There would really be no other reason for me to go again. Because I'm not there for the same reason that like you would be, or like you.
Would you go for like another
birthday?
Like, let's say it was kind of like the same general group of people, but it was another person's birthday, and they also haven't been. You know what I mean?
Like another girl's birthday, or another.
Let's say
guy?
Twins. Let's say it was a set of twins, guy and a girl.
Oh.
Another birthday, and you say, "Oh, let's go to a strip club." Would you kind of go there, just have fun and kind of like walk them through it, or whatever the case may be? Or
I can't walk you through it.
Not walk you through it, but just be there and let her see how it's done. Or?
I don't know. Like I said, the only reason that we went is because it was your birthday. But also, we got to your party at like 10 p.m.
Oh, they showed up late.
We showed up really late. So, at that point, I was like, well, I'm out. So let me just be out, for the night.
I didn't think you were going to show up because I'm like, well, family time is from like 7.
I know.
Like
I felt so 11. Bad. I felt so bad.
I'm like, does she want to go? Does she want to participate in Demon Hours?
Did you ask us? Is that how we said yes? I don't think
I did. I think I did, because remember you guys called. I'm on the way, or when you guys got there.
And you told me that you guys.
I said, yeah, me and the fellas about to hit the strip club. All the girls, pretty much all the family friends thing is over. Everyone left. Right, now the fellas are at the strip club.
So we kind of signed ourselves up for it by showing up even after you said. But yeah, it was, it was fine.
So what out of 10?
What out of 10? I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
That's pretty high.
Because I'm not just thinking about the strip club. I'm thinking about like whoever I interacted with. That like it was
the whole time.
The whole time. Right. The whole time. It was pretty cool. So I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Definitely.
So came, what was that? Came, I saw, I left.
Yeah.
Came, I saw, I spent.
I conquered.
Came, I saw,
got
I
a
conquered.
lap
Hey,
dance.
that's it.
I got a whole lap
That's it.
dance. Like, so yeah. Yeah.
But you said you would not go again. Or maybe you could.
It really depends. I'll leave it at it depends. Because like normally I would say I'm not gonna go to a strip club, but this night I agreed to, and it was dependent on certain factors. So it would, I don't know. It depends. I'm not saying no, I'm not saying yes. It depends.
But a maybe.
Maybe.
My birthday is next year as well.
Maybe.
This has been Black Scott.
Love Jade.
And we have been She Said, He Said.
Don't forget to subscribe and share, y'all.
All right, that's been our time.
Peace.